my beautiful loves. It is so good to see you again. It has been a minute, but I am back. It is your favorite captain, goddess. It's your favorite pirate king. It's your favorite auntie uncle. It's your favorite hood healer, high priestess, motivational dominatrix. It's your favorite reverend, lady speech in the place to be. And I want to welcome you back to my channel. And I also want to welcome you to Sunday service. You know what the deal is. On Sundays, I come to you with a reading to help guide us, to help ease us into the week. It has been a while. It has been a while. If you watched my previously posted video, you know what's up. So if you want to know what's up, go ahead and watch that. But it is good to be back, and I'm going to be on here on a regular basis once again every Sunday for the month of June and into July. I'm going to be coming at you at 9:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do want to acknowledge that I'm a few minutes late, but you know I'm easing back into this myself. So hello, you beautiful people. If you are here, you are right on time. If you are watching this from the beginning to the end live, you're right on time. If you come in the beginning of it, in the middle of it, in the end of it, you're right on time. If you're watching this recorded, you are right on time. Whenever you are seeing this message is for you. Let me check in with this chat. Hello, my loves. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Hello, you beautiful people. Hello, Inferna. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Melanie. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, sweet tea. Hello, you good people. All right, so some of you know what's up and you know how we do this. Some of you don't know what's up and how we do this. So let me reintroduce you to your Sunday service readings with your favorite reverend, Lady Speech. First and foremost, this isn't a reading, this is a divination, okay? Which means I'm going to speak to you about some messages from Spirit. We're going to use cards to do that. So let me introduce you to the cards. Once again, I remind you that this would be, ooh, snagged my little, dinged my little water bottle. The description will contain the, where all these cards are and who all these cards are, all that good stuff. But for now, I will introduce you to the cards we're going to be using today. First and foremost, we're going to be working with the Ancestors and Angels deck. We're going to be working with the, let me move this. I keep hitting it. We're going to be working with the Golden Lyre deck, okay? I'm super excited for this deck. We're going to be working with the Goddess Oracle deck today, and we're going to be working with the Message from the Animal Guides deck, okay? Or Oracle deck. Now, if you have been with me on readings before, you know that we get down and we use affirmations. So this is my trusty affirmation box. It is filled with affirmations. It's filled with parts of songs, parts from the Bible, quotes, all kinds of good, yummy things. I'm going to pull at random from this box, and the universe is going to lead us in affirming ourselves. So I'm going to say the affirmation, and then we're going to participate in some call and response, okay? And then you're going to speak the affirmation. I do this because we live in societies where we've been taught to use our words against ourselves. So for today, when you're with me, when I give you the word from Spirit, we're also going to do a little working out spiritually by saying some affirmations, okay? So this is the affirmation box. This is the affirmation box. And last but not least, allow me to introduce you to someone special. They're new to the family. Now, you know, if you've participated in these readings, I'm always surrounded by all the spirits, at least 10,000 spirits and ancestors in the Loa that guide me. But when I do these readings, I like to bring a rock friend or two. Let me introduce you to someone new. This is my rock friend. We're still settling on what their name is. But this is my beautiful new friend. Ferdinand, you say? Ferdinand, is that your name? This is Ferdinand, my loves. That's right. He's here with me today to guide and to protect me and to help me channel the spirits. Ferdinand. What a distinguished gentleman. I knew it. I saw Ferdinand online. My dear friend was doing a crystal sale, and she was with Ferdinand. And I just saw a glimpse, and I was like, oh, Ferdinand belongs with me. All right, you guys ready for your reading? Let's get this party started. We're just gonna go ahead and get baptized. We're gonna start off with an affirmation, all right? Because it's been far too long. I have missed you. I have missed you. Please know that I have missed you. Yes, I have. If you want to know what's been going on, go watch my other video. I don't want to spend too much time on it here, but just know this. I practice what I preach over here. I had to give myself some time to just do my grieving work. So much of my grieving work this year has been, around and with other people to support them, and it's been good. But I needed to take some time to do some things and to settle in. So now that that has been done, we're back to doing what we were doing. Now let's do some affirmations. I pulled 2 affirmations at random. We're going to participate in the call and response. And I believe that this is a wonderful way to start this reading. Repeat after me. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. Repeat after me. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. Say that shit with your chest. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. Let's repeat another affirmations, my love. This is, it's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. Repeat after me. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities to learn. All right, my loves. All right, all right. Let's get into it. A little bit of house cleaning. Go ahead and grab your water, grab your headphones. This is a reading, so we are going to get deep into it. You're going to be with me for at least 30, 45 minutes. Like I said, if you need to pop in and out, it's going to be fine. I will make sure to post this, okay? And whatever part of the reading that you were tuned into is the message that is for you, okay? Okay, good people. Also, to pass the collection plate, that Cash App is LadySpeech, the Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa, and the PayPal is LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. Always feel free to show your financial appreciation for this labor. Now let's get into it. We're going to be working with a deck that I am super excited to share with you all. This is the first time I am working with this deck. I definitely will be doing a tarot review on this channel about this deck. It is absolutely beautiful. It is exquisite, darling. And so I feel like we need to sit with it. And so therefore, forthwith, I will be doing a tarot review for you. But until then, let's enjoy these 2 cards from the Gold Lyre Tarot. And not liar, as in you lie. You lie, you a whole lie. Not in liar, but lyre as in the old school Greek instrument. All right. So first and foremost, we have the Empress. We start off with the 3 of the major arcana. We starting out strong, the Empress. And when we take a good look at the Empress, what is this person doing? What is she doing? She is embodying motherhood. She is about to give birth. She is creating, all right? So this card is about creation, about putting yourself and leaning into your creative node. For some of you, this is about your artistry. It's time to create again. It's time to write. It's time to paint. It's time to dance. It's time to create, okay? For some of you, this is about applying creativity to very practical problems that are going down, getting creative about the seeking solutions to problems, to challenges that are standing before you, okay? For some of you, the message is that's coming through. It's about creating, being master of your life, creating your destiny, okay? Getting out of respond mode and getting into creation mode, okay? Getting into creation mode. So this is about getting into creation, all right? This is about that. This is about the fertility, feeding into nurturing. Also, this is about nurturing your dreams, nurturing the things that mean things to you. If you want something to survive, you need to nurture it. If you want a plant to survive, you need to learn how it needs to be nurtured. You need to learn the best way to water it. You cannot water plants the same. So you cannot nurture people the same. The people in your life, the good relationships, if you have good relationships, nurture them, pour into them, and learn the specific ways that relationship, those people in the relationship need to be nurtured. This is also about nurturing yourself. This is also about pouring into yourself, okay? This is also about pouring all that goodness into you, all right? All right. So, creation, nurturing, taking care of that, nurturing your artistry, nurturing your dreams, nurturing your goals, nurturing the things that you want to see succeed, that you want to see blossom, that you want to see, grow, you want to see come into, creation, nurturing those things, okay, and nurturing yourself. We have the King of Swords next, and in this case, it's all about blunt truth, all right. The King of Swords reminds us that we need to be able to give the truth to people, and we also need to be able to accept the truth from people. This is not about being an asshole, but this is also about acknowledging that maybe sometimes you be the problem. There are times when other people are the problem, and there's times when you be the problem. You need to be able to be told. Now, you don't deserve people being assholes to you, but constructive criticism is something that you need to be able to take. You're not going to be able to grow unless you can look at those things that need to be looked at within yourself. This is also a reminder to not to be the a-hole to people when you're delivering the truth. Sometimes you need to deliver that cold, blunt truth to someone, and you can do that without cutting their head off. You can do that without being nasty, okay? You can do that without being nasty. So going and coming. Sometimes we need to be told about ourselves. You're not going to get to your greatest elevation unless someone outside of you points something out that you can't see because you're too close to the fire. And sometimes you are the one in that position where you need to bring that good, crisp, cold, hard truth to folks, okay? All right, so that's it for the Golden Lyre deck. Let's get back into these affirmations. I'm going to check in with you in the comments. It is so good to see you. It is so good to be here with all of you. It is so, so good to be back again. All right, so let's do these two affirmations. This first affirmation says, I give myself permission to, and then it's open-ended. So I want you to think about something you need to give yourself permission to do, because a lot of times, sometimes, the only thing that's stopping us from moving forward and going towards a dream, a goal, a desire is permission. And sometimes we're waiting for people outside of us to give us the permission to pursue our dreams, our goals, to be our full self. And we forget that we are the ones who are the authority in our lives. We can give ourselves permission. What will you give yourself permission to do? Will you give yourself permission to be loved? Will you give yourself permission to go for your dreams? Will you give yourself permission to prioritize your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health? What will you give yourself permission to do? Repeat after me. And then add on, say to yourself, say out loud what you're going to give yourself permission to do. I give myself permission to allow myself to be loved. I'm just going to throw out some suggestions. Someone said, mighty manticore, I think. Your comment disappeared, but it's there, but I give myself permission to be incredible. I give myself permission to heal my wounds. I give myself permission to love hard. I give myself permission to. I give myself permission to. to let go of past mistakes. I give myself permission to ask for help when I need it. I give myself permission to receive the help when it comes. I give myself permission to. I give myself permission to. All right, my loves, let's go on and do another affirmation. This affirmation is a quote by Unknown, and it says, "Your illness does not define you. Your strength and courage does." So we're going to turn this into an affirmation and make it an I statement. My illness does not define me. My strength and courage does. Repeat after me. My illness does not define me. My strength and courage does. My illness does not define me. My strength and courage does. My illness does not define me. My strength and courage does. Repeat after me. My illness does not define me. My strength and courage does. Let me drink a little water. I'm feeling a little parched. How are y'all doing? Are you enjoying your reading? The OGs know this used to be the Bottom Bitch Monday readings. Those happened on first Facebook, then they happened on Instagram, then they happened on both Facebook and Instagram. Then they moved over to YouTube. Then I took a break. Then they were on YouTube for a very long time. They have been, as you can see by the past videos. And then I took a break. I took a break. It's been a minute. I didn't realize how long it was until I went to log in and I saw the date of the last. Ooh, I was like, my Lord, y'all have given me so much patience, and I appreciate you. But y'all doing all right. Let me drink my water. Y'all doing all right? Is this reading giving you something? Is it giving you something? Let me check in with these lovely comments. It's been a second. And then we're going to move right on, okay? Spice Kitten said, "I'm crying already. You are such an amazing goddess king. So on point. Thank you." Yes. Inferno said, "I'm going to drink my water. You better drink your water. You better drink your water. Yes, you better. Hydration, y'all. Okay? Y'all, and Ferdinand says hello to y'all. All y'all beautiful people saying hello to Ferdinand here. Ferdinand says, hello, hello, hello. Jennifer has welcomed all the newcomers into the building. I love y'all. What I love about these comment sections is that y'all are welcoming, y'all support each other, y'all get in the comments, asking questions, answering things. I love it. Happy Juneteenth to all of us. Happy Freedom Day, my loves. Yes, I definitely do celebrate, and I'm going to rest today. All right, I am of African American origin, honey. So Juneteenth means a lot to me. And also, I have ancestry that are from Texas, so it really does mean a lot to me. Happy Juneteenth, Ray the Tray, I love your name, says, "I love your crown." Thank you, honey. I've decided to take y'all on a tour of my crowns. I've got quite a few of them. Obsession much, obsession much. Now, y'all seen a lot of these, like, the crystal crowns, but I got some new additions, okay? And also have some other crowns, so. I'm gonna take you on a tour of crowns, from head wraps to crowns. We're gonna do it all on Sundays, honey. We're gonna do it all. All right, good people, let's continue with the reading. I just hit you with the gold Lyre tarot. Again, I'm going to do a whole tarot review on this. It's a beautiful deck. Y'all deserve to see it. Now, next up, we're going to get into message from the Animal Guides deck. Okay, once again, if you're feeling this, if you're feeling me, that Cash App is LadySpeech, that Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa, that PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Always feel empowered to show your financial appreciation for this labor. All right, y'all, we got the humpback whale in the place to be. The humpback whale says, "Music is essential to your healing, well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening." And I'm also going to add on to this, dancing. This is very simple. Sometimes the messages are complex and they're deep, and sometimes that shit is very direct from spirit and universe. Dance, move your body, move your body. Never forget that music has been essential to cultural identity, to cultural connection, to ancestral connection. Also, it's a very healing thing. Music literally heals, okay? Dancing literally heals, okay? Go sing your favorite songs, all right? One of the most simplest ways to connect to your ancestors is to sing. Whether you're a good singer or not, just to sing your favorite songs, that literally brings them closer to you. They love it when you sing. Singing has been used in worship, it's been used to connect, it's been used in mathematically. There's a lot of ways that the voice has been used to as a tool and for so many beautiful things. Sing. Listen to your favorite songs, dance. If you are an artist who, uses an instrument, this is your sign to make music and make it for you. Okay, make it for you, make it to express. You utilize music to heal. Utilize that. Simple as hell. Get your ass out and dance. Listen to some music. Even if you just move your shoulders. And it's not about being on Dancing with the Stars. You don't need to dance for everybody. Let me tell you something. I was having some knee problems, earlier this year, and that was just unacceptable because, baby, if you limit if my dancing is limited, I'm gonna be hurt. And I have worked hard to get this knee where it needs to be, where I can reclaim my dance moves, and I can successfully say that I've been dancing these last couple weeks with my full on heart, and I just love it. Still gotta take it easy, because getting older, you be having knee problems, but I am not where I was, honey. And dancing, the way it just heals every aspect of who I am, and the way it just connects me to spirit and the divine and to the ancestors. Get your ass out and dance, honey. Go listen to some music. Connect to your ancestors. Connect to your culture. Okay? Connect to the healing power of music. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Connect to the healing power of music. Because things are rough right now. Quite simply. There are really elaborate, beautiful ways to heal. There's really elaborate, beautiful ways to connect. But also, there is very simple things like just listening to music, leaning into that, okay? Just leaning into that. Sometimes for some of you, what y'all need to do is listen to some of your favorite songs and get you a good cry on. Some of you are stuffed up emotionally and you're not tapping in. You need to go listen to them songs that will make you just boo to the hoo hoo, okay? And get your cry on and let them healing tears release what needs to be released. Okay, that is the wonderful thing about music. Sometimes, and as an artist myself, I appreciate the fact that we do, and I'm more of that writer. I do a little bit of music stuff, but like the ability to be able to connect to emotion and explain it in a poetic way. Like, as someone who can do that, and as someone who is moved by other people who can do that, there is times where there are things that I could not say myself, but a song or not even words. Just that the music itself has spoken to my soul in ways that has healed me and validated me. Simple. Yes, healing is therapy and healing is all this stuff and talking about your feelings. But sometimes it's listening to your favorite song. It is listening to someone who's articulated where you're at or where you want to be. All right? Sometimes you need to use music as an escape, and that's fine. This world is ugly right now. It's ugly. There's a lot of ugly things. Things are heightened right now. The racism, the sexism, the transphobia, the homophobia. Oh, Lord. We're living in sometimes. We're living in some crazy times. Sometimes you need to just listen to music to get your mind right, to go to a different place for a little while. I have a playlist on my Spotify and it's just called Feel Good. And it's just filled with songs that immediately lift me up. And some of them are spiritual songs, some of them are not spiritual songs, some of them are ratchet songs. It's all over the place. That playlist is all over the place. So guarantee you this. Each one of them songs makes me feel good. And sometimes when life is just backhanded me, I put on that playlist and just be like, I'm just gonna go to a place for a second. A place where everything feels good. So I can deal with the real world when I come back here. So listen to some music, okay? Simple as that. Now we're gonna move on to the next card, baby. We have the seagull, which is now is the time for deep emotional healing. See, they hit you with the coping mechanism. They said, here's how you can cope because this is what you need to do. Spirit, you see how Spirit did that? Spirit was like, let's show you how to deal with this. Because you need to attend to your deep healing. Listen, I've been saying it for a while, but I'm really leaning into it now. Nobody's okay right now. traumatized. If you live in America, you absolutely traumatized right now. I don't care what background this folks it traumatized. Now is the time to pursue your healing. You just need to dig into that. Pick an issue, pick a feeling, pick a something inside of you, but like you need to attend to some healing right now. You need to pour some, you need to nurture. Earlier in the reading we had that Empress card and it was about nurturing, and this is a big part of this. Nurture yourself, because we are, there's wounds. We walking around here wounded. And every continent is being touched with disaster in some shape or form right now. So you need to pursue your healing. This is the time. If you didn't make healing a priority, you're gonna need to do that. You're gonna need to shift your life to make healing a top priority. Remember, my loves, I always say that healing is not a destination. It's an entire journey. It's an entire journey. You're gonna be doing this for the rest of your life. So you need to make this a priority. You need to make this a lifestyle. You need to make taking time for yourself a lifestyle. And you're not used to doing that because the society isn't built for you to do that, but you're just going to have to start doing that because of the levels of the way we are being tested. And honey, I do believe in a brighter day coming, but I also know it's darkest before the dawn. So now is the time to really get deep into that, honey. Now is the time to really get deep into your healing. Now is the time to really fold into that. Now is the time to dive deep. Now is the time to dive deep. All right, you beautiful folks, let us get back into some affirmations, okay? I'm gonna check in with these comments if y'all still, make sure y'all still doing all right, making sure this is hitting for you. This affirmation says, being skinny doesn't make me good. Being fat doesn't make me bad. Repeat after me. Being skinny doesn't make me good. Being fat doesn't make me bad. Being skinny doesn't make me good. Being fat doesn't make me bad. Being skinny doesn't make me good. Being fat doesn't make me bad. Say it. Being skinny doesn't make anyone good. Being fat doesn't make anyone bad. This needs to be said because we live in societies where fat phobia is a thing, and we need to not. Fat don't equal bad, skinny don't equal good. But that is an unconscious and very direct at the same time message that we all get taught. So we should just confront that and end that thought process because it's not productive or healing or helpful. This affirmation says, I state my needs clearly and honestly. Repeat after me. I state my needs clearly and honestly. 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 All right, good people, we're going to move on. Again, that Cash App is LadySpeech, that Venmo, LadySpeech Sankofa, that PayPal, LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. Feel free to show your financial appreciation for the spiritual labor, baby. Passing that collection plate. Also, this is your reminder to drink your water, okay? Stay hydrated. I'm excited because this is my favorite water bottle. But this is a pain to lug around, and I do it because you should stay hydrated. And who am I to tell y'all to drink your water? I'm not over here drinking my water. But I have a new hydro flask coming. It's orange. If you didn't get it, I like orange. And yellow. Love that shit. And I like black. Truly a Libra. I like all of the sunshine. And I love the darkness. Just, that's what it is. I've got a new water bottle. It's a bit smaller so it can fit in my coffee, my container, in my car. Yeah, so I can drink more water. Yep, and not be frustrated because this be frustrating me when I'm out in public with it because it's just a lot. So I'm excited. Drink your waters, and stay hydrated. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the Goddess Oracle deck. Again with the creativity. Hello. We are now uh, tasked with the message of Ishel. Okay. And this is all about creativity. All right. Once again, Spirit is asking us to lean into creativity. Spirit is asking us to lean into creativity when it comes to thinking out of the box, to solutions to problems. If we've done things a certain way all the time and we've solved this problem the same way and that's not working anymore, think out the box. As you are greeting challenges before you in this week to come, think out of the box when it comes to, you know, Olivia said, I'm an Aries and my best friend is a Libra. We get along fine. You know, Aries and Libra are complete opposites. And I've never really met an Aries I don't like. And most Aries fucking love me. We be getting on each other's nerves because we are literally direct opposites. There's be times I'd be looking at my Aries friend like, what the hell is wrong with you? They be looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then we just fucking cackle and we love each other. I adore Aries. I need Aries in my life, and y'all need us. Y'all wild. I say that like we ain't wild too. Let me focus. Creativity. Thinking out of the box when it comes to finding solutions to problems. This is also about the act of creation, you know, the act of creating your destiny, creating the life you want, okay? We are at a space and time in life where everything is breaking down. So, this is a great opportunity to actually create the society we want, but also like the life that we want. This is a great time to think out the box when it comes to your life. Are you living a life that others have prescribed for you? That others have told you you need to be living? Are you living in a way that other people demanded, commanded, or have molded you to live? Is that making you happy ultimately? You can choose different. You can choose to create another reality. So do that, okay? Do that, all right? Also, creativity to the artist, a very direct message to those of you who create. It's time. Writers, start working on the book again. Start writing the poems. Start writing the songs, okay? It's time. It's time to paint, okay? It's time to dance. It is time to, however you create, it's time to sculpt. It's time to do all the things, okay? But it's time to create. That, for the artist, that's a very direct message to you, all right? And yeah, if you make money at art, that's great. Create to make your money, but also make sure you're creating from your spirit. You're creating from that place of healing, you know, leaning into art in that way of healing. As an artist, I can tell you this, it saves lives. Art saved my life. I am only here because of poetry. I'm only here because of that outlet. If I didn't have a place to go, to lean in, to explain my feelings, to feel like I was heard before I even shared it with anybody. It was years before I was a teenager, and I used to have a ritual of writing, you know, of writing things and then burning them when I got to a certain number because I didn't want it found. I was living in an abusive situation, but like it became ritualistic. But even with that, before I was even sharing my work, it became something that like helped to heal me and helped me to cope and helped me to move through these intense life experiences I was having. So lean into that creation, lean into that creative aspect of life, okay? We have next up Inanna, which is all about embracing the shadow, all right? You will find, and especially on witch talking in these witchy spaces, shadow work that has become a very flashy, hot button term. All right, and you do need to do your shadow work. But shadow work is not about eradicating the shadow side of yourself, and it is not this thing where it's not this polarizing like that's the bad part of you. No, 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 no. Shadow work the shadow aspect of you needs to be embraced. Okay, it doesn't your light self is not better than your shadow self. Are there Please know that there is dirty shit that gets done in the light all the time, and there is beautiful shit that gets done in the shadow all the time. So it's the same aspect of self. Does the shadow self need to be balanced? Yes. Do the unhealed aspects that hide in the shadow self, do those need to be addressed and looked at and healed? Yes. Does the shadow need to be tamed? No. In this card, we have the goddess Anana embodying the human aspect and embodying the lioness animalistic aspect. Both of these are necessary for the divinity of Anana to be seen. The goddess fleshly, that form is not better than the animalistic form. Let me tell you, my anger lives in my shadow self. And when that is properly directed, I have used and my anger, I've stood on top of my anger in a way that has helped me to not only protect myself, but it has helped me to protect other people. There is my ferocity, my violence, my danger lives in my shadow self. And all of that has been employed for a righteous purpose to protect myself and others. The shadow self doesn't need to be tamed. It needs to be worked with. It needs to be acknowledged. Things like the mental health illnesses aspect of us can hide in the shadow self. We need to balance the shadow. We need to embrace the shadow. When that happens, there's a harmony that's reached. And there are things in the shadow that no longer can control you. And there's a balance that's reached. So you're not always there. Do all of these things I just mentioned, do I work with them? Yeah. Do they define and control me? No. Because the shadow aspect and the light aspect of myself is in balance. I constantly work to make that so. Embrace the shadow. Work with the shadow. Heal the shadow. Yeah, let's move on to some affirmations. Oh, it is so good to be back. Jezebel, I know you want to be in here when I'm doing readings, but not right now. That's the cat. One day, I'm going to let her in here and I'm going to show you the cat, but she bad. She does what she wants. So, like, it has to be like at the end of the reading. Cause she gonna try to be up and on my altars, all of that. So, but one day I'm gonna show you the cat. You know what? She looks like Ferdinand. She's a calico. She's very cute and fat. Oh my god, I love her. She's like me. She's so fat, and that's why I identify. She cannot be controlled. This cat is. She's like, fuck all of y'all. I do what I want, and I'm fat and juicy and I'm cute, and I'm like, I relate. Don't tell me what to do. I too am fat and fine as hell. Okay? I too do what I want. That's why I love cats. Let's get into some affirmations. Repeat after me. This affirmation says, I choose to honor my highest intentions. 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 This affirmation says, all of my relationships offer a positive and loving experience. All of my relationships offer a positive and loving experience. All of my relationships offer a positive and loving experience. All of my relationships offer a positive and loving experience. All of my relationships offer a positive and loving experience. And if your relationships don't, if as I was saying that, and you relationships that came up in your mind that don't offer positive and loving experiences, maybe you should look at that and examine if those relationships still need to exist in your life. Go drink some water. All right. Let me get into these comments because something flashed across my screen that I wanted to address. All right, Olivia said, I know I've been meaning to address my shadow self, but I'm afraid of the unknown, okay? And I want you to know this response to this question is not an attack for you, but I want to respond to this because a lot of people feel that. A lot of people don't want to address the shadow aspect of self or do their shadow work because they're afraid of what they're going to find there. And I'm going to tell you this: you address the shadow work, or the shadow work will address you. Let me put it to you like this: address your fears because your fears will address you. Address your trauma, address your pain, or it will address you. As a survivor of all the things of child assault, of molestation, sexual assault throughout the years, physical abuse, um, I can tell you, I felt the beginnings. I remember when I left my house at 18 and left my family. I knew, I was feeling already before then, but I knew and I could feel the monster developing inside of me. And this monster was nurtured and developed by all of the monstrous people who had preyed on me growing up. All of the abusers, all of the neglect. This monster was being nurtured by those really horrible and awful experiences. And I recognize at 18 how the process begins when you don't address things and how you become the monsters that hurt you. It's easy. When you don't address things in the shadow self, things in the shadow self are going to act, you're going to act out on them. They're going to address you in some way, shape, or form. You will sabotage relationships. You will become a version of the monsters that have hurt you. So I understand that it is scary to address the shadow self. This is the moment when you are going to need courage. And courage is not bravery. Bravery is an eradication of all fear and moving forward towards the challenge. Courage is being scared as hell, peeing your pants and doing it anyway. So you can be afraid and still address it. Also, a lot of reason why people are afraid because you think you're supposed to do this by yourself. There is a fair amount of this you're supposed to do by yourself. You gonna walk a fair amount of that shadow work on your own. It's going to be many nights in front of your altars praying. It's going to be therapy. It's gonna be, but not all of this is meant to do by yourself. This is where you lean into gurus and guides that are trustworthy. This is when you lean into spiritual teachers who you connect with the knowledge that help you move through these things. This is when you lean into therapy. This is when you lean in with your friends. If you are having, I get that some of us have a couple friends in our life that may be there for the superficial things, but if you are having friendships and y'all are not diving deep, what are these friendships for? The point of relationships is to be able to hold each other in these intimate ways. Building our relationships and know your friend shouldn't be your therapist and your only level of support, but building into community, we must be there for each other in intimate ways. So your shadow work is you're gonna be helped at times moving through your shadow work with your therapist, with doctors, with teachers, with trusted gurus and guides, with mentors, with friends. Some of this work you're going to be doing with other people as you dissect. There are people who are going to have perspectives that you will need that you can't see because you're too close to the situation. So a lot of people are afraid because they want to take this all on their own. And no, you don't need to do that. There is a fair amount of it you will take on your own, but you don't need to take all of it on your own. So I wanted to, address that. That's a fear that a lot of people have, and it's okay to have that fear. But you got to know that if you do not, address your fears, they're gonna do it to you anyway. And let me tell you something. I don't like being a slave to things unless we're in the BDSM space. And even then, I'm the master. That's true. But I don't like being a slave to my fears. And the biggest thing that has kept me on the road of healing is I don't like to be a slave to my trauma. I don't like being controlled by that. I don't like being controlled by pain. I don't like the idea of being enslaved to these things. I didn't like the idea of my behavior, my shitty behavior being controlled by I just couldn't, and I can't. I don't like being enslaved to that. That's a huge. I don't like being enslaved to my fears. I have always a big reason why I have all this modification is the fear of needles that I had from being little was real, and now that I found out a little bit more about my birth story, my fear of needles is warranted. I was there. I went through a lot as a baby in many cases. And so one of the reasons like why I started with the piercings was that it all was a spiritual purpose for me, but a big part of that was for me eradicating that fear. The fear that I would fear with needles could sometimes get paralyzing. It's to that level. I'll confront the holy. It might take me a while, but I will confront the holy hell out of a fear because I do not like being enslaved to that. Um, that's my personal. That's my personal. My personalness. All right, let me check in with these comments. Lovey said, "Thank you so much, LadySpeech. I needed that so much. I'm over here crying good tears. Good stuff. Release them tears, baby. Release them tears." The Spice Kitten said, "Yes, our fears drive us to act from our abusive experiences. They do." Jessica said, "It's your birthday. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday." All right, good people. Olivia said, "The ancestors didn't come to play. No, honey, we channeling. We channeling." Inferna said, "Damn, I've been meaning to address the acceptance of the shadow self, but I haven't gotten around to it till you slap me in the face with it." I'm here for you. You just know that I'm here for you. And sometimes the readings be a spanking, but in the form of a reading. Just know that I'm not even immune. There be sometimes I listen. Y'all gotta know this. I pull these cards first. I see them before you see them. So I receive the whooping, and then I just pass it on to you. Sometimes spirit be like boom, and I be like, "You hit me with your rings on. Why didn't you take your rings off before you hit me?" We gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We're just gonna heal through it together as a family. Did we do affirmations? Yes, we did. Okay. Good morning, beautiful people. I want to remind you that I'm back. So, as I said in my other video, but I want to remind you that Sunday service is back on. We are officially in the swing of things again. So for the remainder of this month and into the next month, Sunday service will be 9:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the next month in August, we're going to move to 10:10 a.m. But we have a couple weeks. We have 6 weeks of 9:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? All right. So we're going to move on to the last cards of the reading. We have the Angels and Ancestors deck, okay? So first and foremost, we have the Guardian Angel. You are not alone. You need to remember that you're not by yourself. You are not alone. I'm here with you. But no, for real. You are guided by the ancestors. You are guided by angels. You have folks on the other side who are rooting for you, who want the best for you, who want nothing but to see you shine. You are not alone. You need to lean into the people that are with you. You need to lean into the help that surrounds you, especially the cosmic help. Before I ask anybody for help, any humans for help, before I ask any of my family, my chosen family for help, I ask spirit. I ask spirit first. I have learned how deeply they've had. You know what? This is the part where we just talked about. This is funny. I might cry. I just got done talking about the ass whooping that I get before y'all get it. It's interesting. This week for myself personally, I really had to check into how I've been divinely covered. I had a moment where I was letting a fear rule me. And I wasn't letting myself take some risks that are going to be necessary to get to the next side. And I checked myself, and I really was had to remind myself that every move that I've made in adulthood, Spirit has had my back. And even when I have made mistakes, when I leaned into Spirit and asked for help, they managed to turn my mistake, especially when I was committed to learning the lesson. They turned that into something that worked for my highest good. And I needed to stop tripping. I needed to remind myself you need to calm down and stop tripping. They literally have your back. Whatever you really truly want to do, you've always been able to do. You are divinely guided, my loves. Like they want you to win. And so you need to lean into that. You need to ask them for some help. And I'm extremely emotional about this. I've been emotional about this for the last couple of days because the power of that is so real. When you work with your ancestors, your benevolent ancestors, they want nothing but the best for you. You know, your spirit guides, they want you to win. So lean into that. Like, lean into that. I can feel so many of y'all's ancestors and spirits just wanting you to ask for that help, wanting you to ask for that assistance. And they're already there guiding and assisting you. But the guidance and the assistance gets so much more intimate and deep when you are participating. Your guides are always going to be working to make, working for your highest good. But again, it's just crisper, it's better when you are there with them, when you are in that relationship with them and you're leaning into them. Your ancestors, your benevolent ancestors want you to win. So move in, take that risk that they're telling you to take. Stop when they say stop. Go with that, go when they say go, but lean in, lean in, okay? Yeah, this has been an emotional week for me in regards to this. Really just feeling the love of my ancestors. Like, and I always do, but this week it's like they had to like swoop me up in a bear hug and just really affirm me and be like, we always got you. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you do. I don't need to worry about any mistakes I'm gonna make as I move forward because I'm gonna make the mistakes. And as long as I learn, you always turn my mistakes into wins. You always turn the what I do, what happens after the mistake, when I apply myself, when I do the healing, when I look at what I did wrong, when I work to grow and correct that, you always turn those into wins for me. Why am I tripping? You got my back. You want me to win because my healing is theirs. When I win, when I'm down here celebrating and laughing and living my best life, the joy that gets transmitted to them is something they feed on. Is something that uplifts them and helps them elevate as ancestors. They were like, of course, of course, we're not gonna let you fall. Of course. So you are divinely guided. You need to lean into that. You need to lean into that. Ask for the assistance you need. You know, I ask them for everything. Like, people think I'm lying. I'm like a child with the spirits. And as far as the spirits go, they're ancient as hell. So I am a kid. I literally ask these days, fast forward to now in my spirituality, I'd be like, I want this, I want this, I want like what I wanted a car, or when I was all that. I was like, when I was ready for a new life. I was like, I want a new life. Make it happen. I want to do this. I want to do this. Can I have this? I literally, they assist me with my entire life. Please, you know more than me. Assist me with everything. And they do. They do. They literally are like, they assist me in every aspect of my life. I'm now petitioning them to be like, I need a couple of partners where it's my husband and my wife. Spirit is like, hold my beer. I'm confident that, or whatever setup you got for me, ancestors, because I am pansexual and gender fluid, honey. Where are my partners? that is going to work itself out. But lean into the guidance of the spirit. Lean into the guidance of the spirit, okay? You are not alone. And last but not least, we have the mountains card, all right? Stand your ground. Also, actually, coming back to this. So, when you are doing, we're just talking about the shadow work, dealing with your fears. Call on them. I'm getting ready to pursue initiation, and finally, I'm just get to see my next initiation into being a mambo, being a priestess in voodoo. And there's lots of study, there's lots of things that are going down in preparation for that. Yes, I am a reverend, and I will also be a mambo. I do what I want over here, okay? I do what I want. Um, Initiation. This is not my first time. I'm gonna tell you about initiation. It's scary. It's scary. It's a spiritually scary process. It's daunting. You really do commune with the spirits you are working with. It's worth it. It's beautiful. But what it teaches you is that it teaches you that relationship. It teaches you to really lean into spirit. Um, it teaches you that there's sometimes that's all you got is your own spirit and your relationship to the other spirits. Um, and it teaches you to firmly root yourself in that. When I say you are divinely guided, you are. They are there. They are listening to your dreams, your wants, your desires. They want you to win. They need you to listen. They need you to listen first to your own truth, because a lot of us be out here trying to chase a truth that's not even ours, a truth that was indoctrinated in us. So they want you to first listen to your own truth, and then they want you to express your truth, and then they want you to ask for help from them and listen to them as they guide you. Listen to the guidance of your people. Let them guide you to safety. And this is in everything. When you are out and about living your life, if spirit tells you to detour, take a different way, listen to divine guidance. From big things to little things, to your career, to your love life, to even when you're driving down the street going to the store. Listen. Listen. Melanie said, do you do speaking engagements? I do. And the website will be coming soon. I keep saying that. Life gets in my way, keeps getting in my way. But the website's gonna be coming soon. I do all that, keynote speakers, all that shit. So you will be available to book me, baby. All right. The last card of the reading is the mountains. Stand your ground. This is about rooting yourself, getting rooted. If you want to, this more spiritual you get, the more closer to heaven you get, the more you need to root yourself and ground yourself and make sure that you are deeply rooted, okay? This is about standing your ground when it comes to your ethics and your morals, your beliefs, what you believe in, okay? This is also about rooting. What are you rooted? What are your ethics and morals rooted in? I used to come from a Christian background, so that is where a lot of my ethics and morals were rooted in, and a lot of those ethics and morals were actually quite backwards. What are you, and there are some ethics and morals that I've maintained from that space that are no longer rooted in Christianity, but rooted in their true beliefs, which comes from an indigenous faith, an indigenous spirituality. What are your beliefs rooted in? Where do they come from? Okay, that's part of the meaning of this card. This is also about, as you understand that, being rooted in there. What I feel about confronting racism and fat phobia and xenophobia, I'm heavily rooted in that, okay? And that has a strong base. I am immovable in that, okay? This is about being strong and steadfast in what you feel and what your beliefs are, okay? Um, and being grounded and rooted, okay? Being rooted in something. The more spiritual you get, the deeper you get into your spiritual studies, again, it is important to maintain that foundation. It is important to always revisit the simple and the basic. Advancement in the spiritual space, in the indigenous space, is not about forgetting who you are, and it's not about your newer self, your more educated self being higher than your least educated self. It's not about that, but it's about integrating all selves and acknowledging the wisdom you've always carried and the wisdom that has been added to you. Okay, standing your ground, being steady, being steadfast, even when people, it's an unpopular opinion. There are a lot of you who stand behind me on a lot of things that I believe, and then there's sometimes I say something that challenges you, and just because I said it, I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to back down. If I believe it and I'm rooted in it, I'm not going to back down, even if it displeases you. So being rooted even when it makes you unpopular, being rooted when there's no one who sees what you're doing or the point, being grounded. All right. Let me drink some water and let's do a couple more affirmations, my love. I hope this reading has been good for you. I hope this reading has been everything you needed. This is the return. So, again, for the remainder of June into July, we will be doing the readings at 9:09 Eastern Standard Time. I am back, baby. Also, when it comes to how I'm going to post on this channel, because some of you watched the video, some of you did not, you can expect 2 uploads a week from me. And the uploads will be the offerings, and the uploads will be the Sunday service, of course, the live that we do. And I'm going to drop a video on Fridays, okay? So Sundays and Fridays are when I'm dropping my videos now. You may see an extra video, okay? I'm not gonna limit myself. Sometimes I'll be feeling it and I be in the creative space and you gonna get a couple videos. But you're definitely going to get a video on Friday and you're definitely going to get a video on Sundays. I'm gonna try that out for a while. That schedule feels actually really good for me. And the commitment to 2 videos a week feels really, really good to me. And more than likely, you're gonna get more, but I'm not gonna pressure myself. All right. So, and if you watch the other video, there's gonna be a shift in some of the content. I'm bringing some things back that I haven't done in a long time that a lot of you have requested, and some things are just gonna kind of fade to the background because I'm not feeling that anymore. But I'm excited to share. I'm excited to share. So let's do 2 affirmations, my loves. This affirmation is a quote by Deshanna Stokes, and it says, PTSD doesn't make you weak, it makes you a survivor. PTSD doesn't make you weak, it makes you a survivor. Repeat after me. PTSD doesn't make me weak, it makes me a survivor. PTSD doesn't make me weak, it makes me a survivor. PTSD doesn't make me weak, it makes me a survivor. PTSD doesn't make me weak, it makes me a survivor. I deal with complex PTSD because of the amount of abuse that I went through when I was younger. Um, and so that is something that I often have to remind myself. Well, not often, but like I periodically have to remind myself because complex PTSD will put you in some, it'll have you just out there. It is, and this is also why I make healing a priority. But there's times when I just succumb to it just because it is what it is. And it can have you feeling weak. It can have you feeling like I am just a weak person, but you're not. You're not. You survived some really wild things. And your body and your mind are just dealing. That's it. Let's do another affirmation. This affirmation says, I'm flexible and open to change in every aspect of my life. I'm flexible and open to change in every aspect of my life. I'm flexible and open to change in every aspect of my life. I'm flexible and open to change in every aspect of my life. I'm flexible and open to change in every aspect of my life. So change is the name of the game, beautiful people. That's it, that's all. Change is the name of the game. Change is the name of the game. That's it. So lean into it. I hear you, Miss Jezebel. That's the cat. Change is the name of the game. And all we can really do is lean into that. All we can do is lean. Inferno cat. I react the same way when I be giving readings and people's cats come across. I give readings on Zoom, and then like when the cats come across the screen, I'll be like, "Show me your cat," and they always gotta be like offer up the cat to the screen. I'm like, again, I'm not gonna show you this cat. Not right now, okay? She's fat. She don't like to be picked up, and she bad. And I love her so much. But if I let her in here, she'll run amok. So one day I'm gonna figure it. I'm gonna corner her in a cute thing. I'm gonna show you guys. But again, she looks like Ferdinand. She's calico. They wild as hell. Calicos are wild as hell. Anyway, it is so good to be back with you guys. It is so good to be back to singing with you, enjoying with you, laughing with you, healing with you, crying with you. It is so good to be back to these Sunday service offerings. I'm excited for everything that is to come. I'm excited for the Twitch. I'm excited for the Discord community. I'm just excited for all the ways we're going to expand together. Yeah, this last 6 months has been a lot. I'm moving my entire life to a new state. I have one of the most intense grieving spaces in my life. Coupled with the fact that this grieving season was a lot, and it wasn't the death doulaing that has I have done has been a lot. This woo. So, but I'm feeling solid on my feet, and you know me, I'm gonna take my breaks. I throw everything into healing. I throw everything into being here for y'all. None of this is a persona. This isn't a gimmick. This is truly who I am, and authentically giving what I have to give, which means I gotta step back sometimes. I cannot tell y'all to honor your humanity unless I honor my own humanity. Yeah, Whitney said Twitch. Yes, honey. Yes, I have all of these accounts already. Like, y'all can start following me. LadySpeech, Sankofa. I just haven't done anything with them yet. It takes me a minute. I'm neurodiverse, so it takes me a second to figure things, like certain things out. And social media, once I get it, I'm good. But like, it takes me a second to figure out how to work it. But then also like what I need to do, how I'm gonna connect to it. Like I literally will. I had TikTok for like a year and a half, and I would just be like on the app, like, what? And like I understood. I'm like, but I don't. What am I gonna do on here? I literally. It takes me a second, but then I figure it out and I go off. All right. Also, that's gonna be one of the next videos that's coming down the hatch. If you think you're following me on Instagram, you're not. If you are being followed by someone with my name on Instagram, it's a scammer. We're going to be addressing this, and now that I am settled, I'm actually going to be contacting a social media lawyer uh, to do this. Instagram banned me because of what the scammers are doing. At this point in the game, I am getting reports, and it is thousands of dollars that a couple of people have gotten out of people scamming. So at this point, like I am looking for a social media lawyer because I'm going to Instagram because I want my accounts back. And I want them to like look at this. So if you have been scammed out of money, then please email me at ladyspeech@gmail.com. Okay. If you are being followed on Instagram with someone who's stealing, because they're stealing my videos from TikTok, and on TikTok as well, these scammer accounts. If you have screenshot it, if you are being contacted by these people, please screenshot it and email me at ladyspeech@gmail.com because I'm going to use all of this to fight back. But yeah, I am on TikTok as Lady Speech Sankofa, and you'll know that that is the real person because that's at least 350,000, 40,000 people, not 50,000. 300, there's at least 300. I haven't checked into TikTok in like 2 weeks, so but there's at least 300K following me on there, so that's how you know if that's the real account for me. Yeah, and that's it. So We back, baby. Sunday service, Friday uploads. Again, there are going to be weeks where I upload more than 2. That you're going to get a few if I'm feeling myself. But definitely expect a video on Fridays for me, and definitely expect Sunday service. I'm also going to get back into your new moon readings. I'm going to get back into your full moon readings. So weeks like that, there will definitely be probably more than one video, unless it falls on Friday. But I will be coming live to you to do your new moon readings and all of that. And I definitely have a solstice reading coming for you. So I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. Again, the Cash App is LadySpeech. The Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. PayPal LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Feel free to show this video to whoever. Share it to all the platforms and all that good stuff. The description to all of the decks is going to be in the description. Yeah. So the names to all the decks is going to be in the description. Okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. Drink your water today. Happy Juneteenth to all of us who celebrate. I love you dearly. Oh, yeah. Olivia said the scammers are going to get their dues. Yes, they are. I'm sitting in my office altar room and I'm looking at my protection altar. And there's been some new additions. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. I've got a whole alligator head that I'm going to feed and nourish. And I've got a loadable skull candle. When I say I do the magic for real, I do the magic for real. Yeah. And one thing about me is that the spirits that guide me and have always guided me are about revenge. I am the child of the love gods and the love goddesses and the war gods and the war goddesses. Neither of those play. If you ever really research a love god or a love goddess, you'll usually find that behind the scenes, they are some of the most vicious. The most vicious. And when you research a lot of the war gods and the war goddesses, you'll find that at the heart of them, they've got so much love. Yeah, these people who are scamming, my energy has been focused on grieving and healing and settling into my new life. And I've let them run amok because it's all I have the energy to do. Sometimes you just gotta watch the mess and attend to what you have to attend to. But now that these things have been attended to, I don't feel sorry for what's coming to them. A mess, child. A mess. Far deeper than a hex. A mess these people's lives is about to be for messing with me. So I love you all. Thank you for your support. And I will see you all next Sunday, 9:09 Eastern Standard Time. And this Friday. I got a nice little video for you. Mwah. See you soon. And just in case no one has told you today, you are lovely. You are literally just a lovely individual. You're beautiful. You're a whole entire gift from God to the universe, to the rest of us. And that gift, the gift of you, should be cherished and appreciated by everyone who encounters you. Mwah. Have the best day, have the best week, and I will see you all soon. Peace.